Yo, what's up? Today I'm gonna show you 5 quality of life things you can do in Enlisted that are gonna make your game experience much more fun, much smoother, and also much faster. So the first thing is the X button. Now the X button, whenever you click it on something, will usually order your soldiers to do something. For example, right now I ordered my soldiers to stay in this tunnel. If I hold X, all of my orders are gonna be cancelled, and now they start following me again according to the squad behavior that is assigned. Now what you can also do now is you can click on X and you see this little green icon here, and now my soldiers are gonna stay here and I can run away. And as long as I don't run away too far, they will stay here and defend this position. But this is the most basic thing you can do. You can also do much better things. For example, when you're building something, let's say I'm building a machine gun nest, I can click once on this machine gun nest, and now one engineer is building it. And in the meantime, I can start building something else. And the best thing is, you can click twice or thrice, and every time you click on the structure you were about to build, as long as you have more engineers in your squad, every time you clicked on it, one of your engineers is going to help you build these structures. And the best thing is, it also works on many other parts of the game, like when you want to destroy an enemy structure, you can either click on J and hold it, same thing goes for your own structures, or you can also click X on the structure and your teammates are gonna, or your squad members are gonna help you destroy the structure too. If you're playing destruction mode, meaning you have to either set a bomb or defuse a bomb once the enemy's planted it, you can also do it. Before knowing this trick, every time I had a bomb to plant as an attacker, I was sitting there with my own soldier and trying to plant the bomb and oftentimes getting shot because the enemies attacked me and I got killed. What you can do instead is, you just click, let's say this is the bomb, you click once X on the bomb, and one of your bots is gonna plant the bomb, and you can spend the time fighting and making sure that the enemies don't kill your bot while he's planting the bomb. Number 2 on our list of things that are gonna improve your game experience significantly is the order of squads and order of soldiers within a squad. Spending once in your life 3 minutes to organize these will give you much better game experiences, and this is the reason. For example, here we have the engineer squad, and this squad is being played for, as we learned earlier, well, for the engineers. So I know that I want to start every single game with an engineer, not with another class. Also, this squad can have only specialists. You don't have to play a single rifleman once you did all the upgrades. So what about the other 2 specialists? We have an anti-tank gunner and a radio man. Now the radio man, literally in every single squad in the game, if you want to have it good and easy, needs to be the last soldier, so you don't pick him, because the radio man literally only needs to survive so he can call artillery strikes, and you don't want him to die, and you don't want him to lose while playing with him and engaging enemies. So he needs to be the most passive member and the last one you're gonna touch. What about the anti-tank gunner? Well, anti-tank gunners also not necessarily important for fights, but extremely important to have once you encounter an enemy tank. So also another soldier you want to have in reserve and not risk losing because you're fighting. And here you get the logical order of having 4 engineers first and the 2 specialists last. Now what about the other squads? Looking at other squads, first of all, what about a squad order? Now I recommend putting all your infantry first, your vehicles last, and in between the APCs. So it's very important and helpful if you have to think as little as possible about things that can be avoided, so you can actually think about the important parts of the game. And knowing where I have which squad or which soldier I have where literally is just time consuming and a waste. So yeah, this is the order I recommend, and then you have the first squad to be the squad that has a radio man and an engineer. So you can always start a game with the squad and do everything you want, meaning call artillery strike, build a rally point and attack. This squad, for example, can't do that because he's lacking a radio man, so I have him second. This squad also is lacking a radio man. Engineers I could put second because they also have both, but I automatically know that every single engineer squad has a radio man, so it doesn't matter that much. And APC in the center, well, also makes sense since he's basically a mix of infantry and vehicle. Now what about the order, for example, in the machine gunner squad? Well, if you start a game with the squad first, what are you gonna do? You're either gonna, if you're an attacker, build a fast rally, like run around, flank and build a rally. Or if you're a defender, most likely you want to build a heavy machine gun nest, because this is literally the main reason why you want to build your why you want to use your machine gunner squad, to have access to this overpowered structure. So either way, you want to start with the engineer. Now for those who think why not just rush in as an attacker, or why not counter attack as a defender instantly, yeah, this would be a viable strategy with other squads, not with this squad, because since you have a radio man here, if you're the first one to call the artillery strike, you have to wait 15 seconds until the first strike hits, and then you wait for 10 more seconds until it's around 5 strikes finish. So engaging the enemy before your artillery strike finished is literally just a waste of your soldiers, because attacking afterwards means you will have way less enemies to kill, and that can kill you back. Yeah, so you want to use this time while you're waiting on the artillery strike to build a rally, and no matter how you turn it, you always will want to start with this engineer. So the engineer is the most reasonable pick to be played as the first soldier in your squad. And after that, well, what would you want to play next? For example, if this is a low BR army, if this was a high BR army, this rifleman would have a grenade launcher. I would automatically use him, because grenade launchers are usually the best first soldier to attack with, except for snipers, but this squad doesn't have one. Since I'm low BR, I don't have grenade launchers here, but I literally have a normal simple rifleman, and here's the strategy with him. I just rush in and scout and look where the enemies and what's going on. And he's also literally the bait, because if he gets killed, my actual fighting force in the squad, the machine gunners, well, it means that most likely they survive, and once I know where the enemies are, I can just start spraying them down. And same strategy as before with the engineers, the anti-tank gunner and the engineers last. You can use this general understanding to organize all of your squads and have a perfect army that works much smoother and much more effective than just having a chaotic army. Number 3 on our list are improved control settings. Now, you don't need to change all of the settings in the game. Most of them make sense and are quite useful, but some of them are not that good and can be improved by a wide margin. And this is the list. Going into the control settings, first thing you see is that all of the settings are ordered according to topics. And from the main menu, well, the only important thing is to, well, do you want to change your mouse aiming speed, yes or no? I recommend to do the following. If you want to have good aim, and I'm gonna go into detail in an aiming guide I'm gonna release in a couple of weeks. If you want to get really good aim, you can only practice it by being slow, because this is how you learn maximum precision. And from that on, you want to go faster. And after you reach a maximum speed that you can get used to without losing precision, you know, alright, this is the optimal speed for me, where I have maximum flexibility regarding reaching one corner of the screen from the other, and also still have precision. Also, my mouse doesn't jump pixels when I try to aim. So this is the mouse sensitivity, but for most people, if you don't want to maximize your skills, it's not that important. Also, it doesn't make actually that much difference. Like in Enlisted, it's not about having one perfect shot, it's literally about having many good shots in general, and therefore optimized mouse aiming speed isn't that impactful. But what's very impactful is your weapon handling. And this is exactly where the secret sauce lies. First of all, I spent like 1 hour a couple weeks ago trying to tweak with the aiming, shooting and zooming buttons, and it broke my game settings 2 times because I couldn't move from one. Yeah, actually, if you change these settings too much, you can actually not move anymore properly. So didn't expect that result. And there are hundreds of combinations you can do, because if you click, for example, here, you can literally change the property of how it's actually used. So this is problematic. I recommend to not tweak with that, because this is gonna mess up your settings. But what you actually want to do is, you want to change your breath holding, because breath holding usually requires you to, I think, click on shift and hold it. Now, guess what? Holding a button while trying to aim, especially if you're also zooming in with a sniper rifle, means you have to click 3 buttons at the same time. This is ridiculously much work and too much to think. Now, my recommendation here is put breath holding on the right mouse click, which is exactly the same as aiming. And this results in you being able to, well, we have the sniper here, aim, and I'm automatically breathing, holding breath. And you see now he stopped holding breath. Once again, he's holding breath. And at some point in time, when, yeah, he's losing it. So this is amazing, because every single shot you're doing, all of your first shots are going to be maximum precision, because holding breath increases your precision. So this is amazing. Takes off a lot of work from you and makes the game much smoother and much easier to play. Next, if you like grenade launchers as much as I do, I recommend you to put your grenade launcher grenade toggle link onto a button that you can quickly and easily access. For example, the normal button for me is way too far away. I can't run around and shoot normally during a fight and click on reload. And for that purpose, or click on put on the grenade for the grenade launcher. For that purpose, I have it on my mouse, so I just have to click on the mouse button and everything works out fine. Takes off lots of pressure. Yeah, very reasonable, very helpful. So yeah, this is a big recommendation, because not being able to put on grenade launcher grenades during a, or put them off, because oftentimes you see one enemy and you want to shoot him with a normal bullet, not your grenade, so you don't waste it. And having to search for it on your keyboard is just, it takes too much time. Now, what about the melee? The melee button, extremely important, because first of all, the melee fighting in the game is a bit bugged, because if you want to melee charge, it doesn't always work, which is a complete horrible part about the game right now. That needs to be fixed as fast as possible. And, well, the reason, by the way, for that is that some genius, so-called genius at Darkflow, thought it would be unfair if you can charge non-stop instantly, and therefore the game has a fail mechanic coded, and that's why you fail your melee charge, like half of the time, which is completely retarded, by the way, but okay. Okay, so I recommend to put it on a button that's very comfortable for you. I removed my leaning buttons, because only bottoms use leaning, so what I have instead is I have melee attack on Q and I have grenade throw on E. And this way I have the two functions that are very chaotically used during a fight, but if you execute them smoothly, are very impactful. I have them exactly next to my W button. So yeah, it's very easy and comfortable to throw grenades and to melee attack while I'm moving or doing normal fighting. So melee is on Q. Throwing grenades, as you can see, all of my grenade throws are the same button. Now this has one disadvantage and one big advantage. The disadvantage is I can't pick the order of grenades anymore. So whenever I just click on E, my soldier throws automatically grenade, the game assigns him. Now this is obviously damn annoying, but I can just click through the grenades while having a soldier and controlling him to pick my grenades. So during a fight, if I have 3 different grenades and I want to click on throwing a specific one, I can't do it, to do it as fast as possible. But the advantage for that is that literally I can just click one button and it throws grenades. And it's the most comfortable button you can imagine, and literally the button on your pointing finger on your left hand. So this makes your gameplay also much faster and you have to think a lot less about what you're doing. And what about throwback grenade? If someone throws a grenade at you, you obviously want to throw it back. Now, if a grenade lies, if the enemy threw a grenade next to you on the ground, you can go to the grenade, click on the throw grenade button and throw it back. Alright, that's the normal way. But what if someone's what if you're shooting at someone and someone throws a grenade straight at your face? Especially if it's a Molotov or phosphor grenade. This would usually kill you, but if you have throw back on the shooting left click button, you will, whenever you can throw a grenade back, throw a grenade back. So during a shooting fight, you will automatically throw grenades back that are thrown at you without having to actually think about it and actually do anything for that, because your soldier is going to do it himself. This is also an extreme quality of life improvement, since it takes off, well, you don't need to focus on it or concentrate on grenades. Your soldier is going to do things automatically. Also, I never even knew which button I have to throw back grenades. So even if I wanted to, even if I saw a grenade that landed in front of my feet, I wouldn't know how to do it. But since I have it on my shooting button, I know, right? I can just go to any grenade on the floor and just click on shooting, and my soldier is going to throw it back. And also very important, the next grenade type button. You absolutely need it, because if you don't have it, you can't switch between the grenades you have if you have this automatic easy setting. Because, let's take a look at a soldier. This is an engineer, and we can see he's got one Molotov and 2 normal grenades. If I click on grenade, I have to click on 5. I get access to my grenades, and the first one is a Molotov. Second one is a normal grenade, and then another Molotov and grenade. So, you know, he doesn't even switch between the grenade order I have in my main menu. He just switches between the 2 types of grenades. Now, if I have my normal weapon during a fight and I click just E, he's gonna throw the normal grenade. Well, he's gonna throw the Molotov first, because this is what I have first in my setting, and then he's gonna throw the fragmentation grenades afterwards. So you see, this is extremely fast. And if I want to charge, I can just click forward, hold shift and Q for the melee attack, and everything's easy. So having these settings makes your soldier extremely fast. Yeah, you can shoot with breath holding without having to actually click something. You can throw grenades quickly at your enemies without having to switch back and forth. And you can melee charge very quickly. Well, and you can melee charge straight into a grenade. Yes, this is how fast these settings are. Yeah, I recommend try them out. They're gonna make your life much easier. Also, fun fact and little warning, if you remove your lean settings, meaning you can't lean anymore, whenever you try to exit the control menu, the game will give you this message: warning, there are no buttons aside for being a loser. Yes, we can't lean anymore, but yeah, that's no problem. That's no problem. It's a bit annoying, but you get used to it that you always get this message. The last 2 points are quick and easy, and especially useful for new players. First of all, whenever you get put into a game, into a match, choose for yourself, do you want to play the particular map that you got or the match mode that you got or not. Because many people, me included in the beginning, don't know that you can actually just leave all the games you want in the first seconds. The only penalty for that is that if you have boosters, you lose them, because they were activated once you enter the game, and you lose 1 rank point. That's it. Rank points don't really matter, especially once you get a good player. I lose half. I leave half of my matches because I only like to play a particular map. So I like to play around half of the maps in the game, and the other half I don't like, and I just leave them. So I constantly lose ranking, but I still always get marshal, because if you get good enough at the game, you automatically rank up very fast. So that's not a problem. But what's the problem is to lose fun in the game and literally to waste your time playing game modes and maps that you don't like. So yeah, use this. The game is gonna become much more fun. You're gonna have much more fun with Enlisted once you actually start picking the maps that you want to play. And the last thing you need to know to have fun in Enlisted and to have a easier and cooler time playing is play with other players together. Now, how do you do that? Well, you can sync up by organizing yourself, preferably in Discord, because despite there being a chat and, well, a limited chat mechanic, since you can only chat with your teammates by clicking enter, and then you can say hello, and now only your teammates can read it, not your enemies. You can also see in your control setting that there is a voice chat mechanic, but no one's using it. I literally tried to use it once while I saw that it exists, and I noticed, wait, no human being is using this in Enlisted. So, alright, that's not what you want to do. You want to go to Discord and sync up with very nice and polite, helpful players. And I have a link for that, for the Discord group that I'm in, the Florida server group. You don't need to be from Florida to join it, I ain't either. But it's run by the legendary legend himself, Florida Man, and many other nice people. So, let's go there, team up, and have nice games. Until next time, goodbye.